Okay, this is what we got. It's dry now. I'm gonna dry it out a little bit more before I paint it. Now, I'm using a torch because I know for sure it'll get rid of all the water and any oil. And I can see it when you going across the surface. Okay, that's all. I'm using this stuff. It's Rust Performer. Looks like a primer to a paintable surface. Just happen to have this can. Like I said, just try out something different. Yeah. I'm making sure this thing's cooled off. And shake it up. So this has the heaviest pitting on this side, so I'm going to start there. And what's nice about this is because it's black already, because I plan to play, like as discussed earlier, I plan to paint it black anyway. Now what I'm looking for is, peek throughs on the base. So I want a nice kind of even coat. Oops. So as you can see, I touched that at the bottom of the can, left a scratch. Okay, right here there's little pieces of, I don't know if it's varnish or previous paint, but it's starting to curl up. So I guess the acetone in this, or whatever the solvent in this, is picking up the paint. So you got that going. Let's dry that off. And I'll give it another bake off. Yeah, normally they throw this in the oven. They throw this in the oven, I don't know, 400 degrees or something like that, but and they bake it on. I use this method at work. Um, I mean, it's not required. You could just spray, let it sit for 3-4 hours, and then go again. But like I said, at work, time was a constraint, so this was a faster method. Granted, it can get dangerous. You know, you can catch the place on fire. I'm doing this outside, so I'm getting to a point where I still feel heat coming off of it, so I gotta let it cool off. So that has technically two coats of primer. If you're not sure, just experiment. I mean, you can always, if you do one panel, no big deal. You can always take this off and start all over again. I mean, just kind of like experiment, see what you want. Because it's just a cover, right? I mean, we're only talking about cosmetics here. So I'm curious how this scratch is going to come out. Now, normally you would lightly sand this with maybe something like 600 grit sandpaper, let it dry off, and then give it another coat. I don't know how that will show up though. Okay, so let's try this out. This is this $2 spray of $3 spray can. Okay, black paint. A lot better coverage. A lot more even coat. Oh, that's a problem. That's a problem when you're doing it outside. Got a little, I don't know, a little dust. Now what I can do, instead of touching it, because I'll make a dent in the paint, I can just speed dry this. Same thing. I'm hoping that when I hit that piece of dust, it'll just burn away. There it goes. Well, we got another piece over here too. Okay, gotta watch out. If you go a little bit too hot, you'll get a like a haze. So, okay. So I can see bleed throughs from the bottom paint. So I'll give it another coat. Uh, it, ideally you want to give 3 to 5 coats, but that's up to you. You know, I mean, especially if you're not sure about the color. You know, so just do it with 2 coats, and if you like it, then go ahead. You can always come back and add the other 3 more coats with a clear coat. Okay. So anyway, we got that going. Okay, do this one more time. I'm going to start from this side just to give a different spray pattern. I'm going to try and make it more even this time. We're going to have to come back here. Okay. And we'll give it another final. Now there's a technique that I learned, but you got to be real careful. And if you watch the flame in the room, it's easier to see. Out here where it's windy, it's kind of hard to see. But if you look, it changes the color of the sheen, and you can make it really even if you can maintain that heating pattern. Okay, so you would go slowly through, and you'd watch the thing gradually heat up. Yeah, I'm going pretty fast. Normally I would go a lot slower than this, but it's hard for me to see. So I just want to kind of lightly go over it. The heat also melts the paint too, so you be aware of that. Okay, so now I did the primer Rust-Oleum coat. I did the color coat. Okay, and we'll leave it like this. And if I like the color, I'll go through and probably give it another 1 or 2 more coats of quick color, and then or even make a decal or something like that, and then I'll finish it with a clear coat, like 1 or 2 coats of clear coat to protect the color, because this is, even though I baked it on, it's easily scratched. Okay, so next time.